how precious is memory when it merely records the trivial. Because very often this is what, if you pay attention to things and now, yes, I can see this thing, but you're much more powerful than you're making out to be. All are much more powerful because you can easily ignore a thing. I don't know where we get this sense that these things are important to really, yes, observe, of course, but there is a point to observing whereby one observes only to make clear that all that appears to you in the form of feeling or thought or memory or desire or whatever, that they're fleeting, just come. When they're there, it seems as though energy goes to them, attention goes to them, and that energy going to them somehow energizes them. And for that moment, they feel important. Then when they're gone, they feel absolutely not important. So it's like every moment, it could be that you're in a state of hypnosis, this thing you're looking at, but you need not bother about it. It's almost like you're moving through a landscape and you're driving, and there's a panoramic view of all things, and yet your attention is not fixed on any particular thing. The eyes are open, but they're not shopping for any specifics. There's just an openness, When I say that the senses are functioning, but the mind is not shopping through them. So everything is seen. I can see these flowers or these farms or the trees or the birds, listen to them without entering them. You read some words on a page and you leave them right there. You don't have to be collecting, watching so acutely how the manifestation is moving. Why? Then if you don't do that and become tired, becomes tiresome also, to be constantly even observing, if we have not fathomed really the real purpose or importance of observing, only to clarify, but all this is just momentary, they come and go. Even the great things, they come and go. You cannot keep continuously in contact with any phenomenon. It comes and goes. Having seen this, then the attention is invited to just turn around and to look at where it is arising from even. Look out, and it's a moving story. And the senses follow. Look in, and there's a stillness. There aren't some rolling eyeballs inside looking around. There's a stillness. And the seeing is occurring just spontaneously. I asked someone, who is looking out from behind those eyes? And this man, he says, I have to say, conditioning is looking out. I said, this is a very good answer. No? But what sees the conditioned seer? That looks without storyfying, a kind of knowing. So casual, so soft. Not picking up pebbles on the beach of life. There's a silence. And when an action needs to happen, there's a spontaneity about it. Haven't we noticed? Must we always be pushing, always be pulling, always be picking up? Then we miss altogether that exquisite stillness, that emptiness, because it seems as though the mind a little bit is afraid of it. I'm going to get swallowed up in this infinite thing, and I'll lose my autonomy or privacy. I don't know what is going on there. Pay attention to that. if you don't try too much, you may find that there's no division between yourself and that. There's just a sense of wholeness. The mind wants to compartmentalize, to say this is this, and this is the mind, this is the body, this is this. But when you're still, all things are one. It's not a great figuring out. So we don't have to thread over and over the same thing. I can see these feelings coming, and then in this part of the day it feels so much resistance. For what? Resistance about what? It's nothing at all. How can anything resist the self? It is just such a fiction. Everything is only an appearance, momentary, and only important thing is to really see where you're placed. What is your real position in all of this? You're not merely an object, but there's an object which is a part of your aspect, your expression. But deeper in, there's just a field of being. We're moving, eating, because this body is here, and you're alive in this body also. And enjoy the life that forms itself around this body, and enjoy friendships, enjoy. Pain comes, some hurt comes, but they're momentary. They're all part of the great movement. All of them you can bear, and much more easily when you are somehow confirmed in the right place. But if you make yourself a little thing, this person who has to move about and has to protect and to make sure everything is fine, and you're Miss Busybody, always up to something. It never allows you to simply just rest in your being. You eat your food standing up. Just time is money. It's okay for a while. We have to have this taste also. But all this time?
Yeah, I'm done with that. It's still, and that's, I can see that the few days before coming here, that's why I was exhausted when I got here. Somehow I'd just been busy, and the question why instead of who was running round in my head.
Go to this place now, this place where you have no association. Where there's nothing to compare or to count. Leave that. That's in another place. Pull yourself in. To that space where there's no story, there's no history. Is there some fear? How long would it take?
No time.
Does your senses stop functioning? They're there, same way. Does suddenly this scene disappear and is replaced by some vacuum? Everything is there. Can life be lived from such a place? You may ask, who will live it? It is just unfolding. Does it take the effort or the intention or the determination to live? Perhaps we have a different idea of what we want or how it should be or something. I don't know. I point you only to that which is in itself effortless, which is worth full discovery of. Then you may return to the field where there's effort. Of course there's effort, but there won't be strain. Effort also is a play, a part of consciousness, expression of consciousness. Thisness and thatness, all of this can be there. This is not the trouble. Duality is not the trouble. Identity, where you place identity, you think you are just body, conditioning and so on. And so because of this belief, your being shrinks itself to fit into your narrow perspective. Then you live in this narrow world until it becomes suffocating, claustrophobic. Then you stretch yourself open and occupy a bigger space. If you can, pay attention to this feeling of I. Don't wait for trouble. Just feel the pulse of the feeling of I. Don't add anything to it. Feel the sense, I am. It is just there. It is not a metaphysical thing. It's just the most natural knowledge in us. The awareness, I am. Just be aware of the I amness, the sense of presence, and don't allow it to combine itself with any other thought or desire or movement. Keep it alone to itself. In the beginning, it might feel to take some effort to keep off the tendency to hold on to other thoughts and drift off into a sort of stream of thinking. But if that happens, don't worry, don't judge. Come back to that place. Do not combine yourself with any thought or any intention or any image. Stay only with the feeling, I am. Gradually, the weight of other impressions will slide away, and a subtle vibration will come. Is felt. It is always there. But there's a dullness in the mind that doesn't pick it up, like it has been tuned in to another frequency, the frequency of thought. Now it will gradually just reacquire or get back in touch with its own natural vibration and be with that. It was very pleasant feeling, very light. And one finds that you can move freely. You don't have to be tight. You don't have to be spiritual. There's just an easiness and a sense that wherever I am okay. And if you feel again the sort of traffic, the noise is coming back, again find a quiet space just for a few moments and clarify center yourself in yourself and move on. Get used to it. After a certain point, it will become so natural for you. You will not think anything is so much outside. You stop feeling that you are a body with consciousness in it and feel more that you're consciousness with a body in it. If you feel you're a body, you have a certain size, a certain weight. But as you recover from this sleep and begin to recognize, not through mere belief, but through attention, that there's only the imageless field of consciousness there, then you will be sizeless, weightless, light, open, alive. So follow that simple exercise. Now you have the time just to keep the sense of being without thinking about it or interpreting or wishing things upon it. Stay only in that feeling of being, of I am, of presence. And don't divide. Don't follow anything. Just stay in it. Let the attention stay with it. Marinate in it. It is enough. It may seem oversimplistic or even naive to give such a simple advice, but follow it. It works. And do it over and over again. In the beginning, it will feel like your battery charging up again. And then when it runs down, you charge up again. Just staying here. You don't even have to call it meditation or anything. But it is the most potent meditation. And simple. Even the children, they do it. And they find it so easy and so delightful just to drop everything or leave everything aside. You don't have to pack it away, but just stay in that sense, the natural sense of being. Something may say, but how do I find that? But don't trust that voice. We've trusted too long, this voice. It makes what is obvious feel distant. It is your natural state of being. When you feel I, it actually denotes consciousness. I is consciousness. But it has been contaminated through conditioning to reduce itself only to the confines of the body and conditioning. Now you must reclaim. So this is probably an easier route for many. Don't even think it is going somewhere. Let's not call it even a route. It's not a map. Don't pay any attention to thoughts, even if they seem like they're important. Don't give any attention to thoughts, even if they appear to be important. Stay as the self, and the thoughts will be impotent. Stay as the self like that. Otherwise, some thoughts will begin to leak in. They'll give little messages to sabotage your seeing. Raise doubts in you. The more we listen to this type of thought, trivial, personal, look how it reduces you. When you speak, you feel nervous, shy, defensive, oversensitive. All these are the outcome of giving too much importance to this type of low energy thought. So cut the juice to them. Stay in the silence of this very pure state of being. After a while, spontaneously, another thing may come. But I don't want to speak about it. I'd rather hear from you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Give full attention to this while you're here. Time is slowly counting down in terms of our actuality and being in this space, probably. But there is still so much opportunity, so much space. Put full power into it. Don't be casual, don't be distracted. Don't go to the past or hold on to some soreness and leave all of that for now. That can wait.
Yeah.
After a certain point, it will become so natural for you. You will not think anything is so much outside. You stop feeling that you are a body with consciousness in it, and feel more that you're consciousness with a body in it.